on Friday last week, I was feeling a little bit like, I wouldn't say run down. I would say like, it was like I was tired from my work week. Like I had like a long work week. I was doing a lot of things to help like the business grow. And we had a ton of inquiries because it was obviously the end of December. So there was a lot of people that were like messaging me, asking me for help. So I was doing a lot of work. And after I was complete all my work, I was kind of sitting here like exhausted, looking for inspiration. And so one of the things I did, I was like, I wonder what my income was for the entire year. So it was January 1st. I decided that I was going to go back and I was going to add up all of the totals of all of the payment processors that I used throughout 2020. So I used Teachable, Stripe, PayPal. So after adding up all the totals from Stripe, from Teachable, and from PayPal, I realized that my company had made $2,002,870. And seeing that number was like, it was fucked up. If we're being honest, the words that I'll use to describe that is fucked up. And the reason it was quote unquote effed up is because at the start of 2020, I wrote down this vision, and on the vision, on my vision board, I put that I wanted to make $2 million as like, as kind of like an abstract goal, right? I was like, it would be cool if I made that. Like at the time, at the end of 2019, I believe my company was at like 750K. So 2 million would literally be like 2.5 times my revenue, which was like, that's a lot. But I just said it. I was like, if I hit 2 million, that'd be fucking cool. I'm just going to write it down. I'm going to put it on my vision board because you never know. Like life could happen. It could happen. So I'm just going to write it down. And the actual, like the fact that it actually fucking happened. Not only did it actually happen, but it happened in the last like week. Like we had the biggest week of our entire year last week. And after the biggest week of our entire year, that biggest week pushed us over the 2 million mark by like $2,000. That is fucking bananas. That is bananas. Like that is straight up magical shit. I opened up my computer desktop before I was doing this podcast, and on the background of my computer desktop, it says 2 million in 2020, and it said that the whole fucking year. So it's like part of this is just like we're going to be talking about how I created this, but like before we even get into the episode, like I need you guys to understand something. If you're not writing down your fucking goals, like if you're not like putting your visions down on a piece of paper, if you are not like figuring out exactly what you want to create and putting it out into the universe and asking for it, you'll never get it. Like if I would have put 1 million down at the start of the year, like I'm sure I would have hit it, but like I hit 1 million in October, and then in the last 4 months, it's like we doubled that in the last 4 months. And so I think that like before we even get into the podcast, we're going to talk about how I made it happen. I need you guys to understand something. Is most people like fail at accomplishing their goals, not because they aim too high and hit, or they aim too high and miss, but it's because they aim too low and hit. Which means that a lot of you guys are setting small goals for yourself when you could be playing at a higher level. Like that's fucking step one, is like, it's time to start shooting fucking higher. Like when you guys think about my story, like actually think about this. I was drug addicted to cocaine 7 years ago, like to the point where like I almost lost my life, like couldn't stop doing cocaine. So if I can go from that, like to so drug addicted that I'm almost homeless, to making $2 million in 2020, 7 years later, like what the fuck is holding you back? I'm dead ass serious. Like the amount of appreciation that I have for just the simple idea of writing your fucking goals down is massive. Like it can't be overstated. I literally can't communicate it with my words. There's nothing that I can actually say that is going to showcase the level of ability that like writing your goals down actually has on your life. It's fucking significant. I've used it for every single one of the goals that I've ever accomplished in my life. All of them, every single goal. Like when I wanted to win a fitness competition, this is what I did. I wrote down first place on little fucking Post-it notes, and I posted first place all over my house, my computer background, my phone background, and then every single action that I took for the next 8 months was dedicated to getting first place. Every single decision that I made. I'd like go to the fridge and I'd go to eat my food and I'd see the sticky note and I'd be like, first place or not first place. And I wouldn't eat shitty food because that's not what somebody that wins first place does. So like I've used this for every single goal of mine that I've ever accomplished in my fucking life. And I've used it for small goals like winning first place at a fitness competition. And I used it to getting to $10,000 a month as an online fitness coach. I used it to getting to $50,000 a month. I used it to starting PT Domination. I used it for becoming the #1 podcast for online fitness coaches. Like this is the fucking secret. We're not even into the podcast right now, but like this is the secret sauce. The secret sauce is write your goals down and actually believe that they're going to come to life. That's the first step because you'll never take the actions unless you write it down and you figure out exactly what you want. We're not even into the podcast right now. This isn't even the podcast yet. Okay. So let's talk about win-win relationships. We're going to talk about win-win relationships because when I was younger, online fitness coaches, like I only believed in win-lose relationships. I was more interested in situations where I win and the other person loses. So like as an example, guys, I'm just going to be straight up and honest with you guys. When I was a bartender, like a nightclub bartender, I would short pour people so I wouldn't fill up their shot glass. I would charge them for a full shot and then I would pocket the extra change. Like I was just like, I win, you lose. Like I was like, I'm interested in winning, losing situations. When I was a drug addict, I would use drugs as much as I possibly could, even if it meant ruining all of the relationships in my life, which means that I win, I get high. This is awesome for me. And you lose. You have to deal with the mood swings. You have to deal with the fucking sadness. You have to deal with all of it. I win, you lose, right? Now, I actually see this kind of mindset happening a lot in the online business coaching space as well. I see this kind of mindset. I saw it with business coaches during COVID. So I'm a business coach for online personal trainers, right? And I know of a lot of other business coaches that are in the space. And I'm not talking shit, but this is just the truth, right? When I see other business coaches charge $10,000 to learn from them at the level 1 program, I think that's fucking, they win, the online trainer loses. Because if I'm an online fitness coach and I'm trying to quit the gym and I want to start my own online business, I don't have $10,000 to fork over. That's like the business coach wins, the online trainer loses. So for me, I didn't like vibe with that at all. I was like, I don't want to be the person that's charging $10,000 for information that everyone should have access to. Like I'm more interested in helping more people change their life. Like I get a high when an online coach comes into my program, pays me $400 and then comes out of the program making $5,000 and they've got 20 clients and they're impacting those 20 clients' lives. That to me is like a situation that I want to create. I personally hated the way that the business coaching scene was set up when COVID happened. So we created the 10K Coaching Academy. Now, the 10K Coaching Academy is an opportunity for online coaches to learn how to build an online business at $400 a month. Now, when COVID-19 happened, we realized that there was a lot of personal trainers that were out of work. A lot of people needed help growing their online business, but a lot of them were struggling for finances because a lot of them just lost their jobs. Our coaching program is only hundreds of dollars per month. And our students are making thousands of dollars per month, which means I created a situation where I win and the online coach wins. That's called a win-win relationship. And win-win relationships are the reason that I hit 2020, or I hit 2 million in 2020. I'm actually charging a lot less than I was at the start of the year for my level 1 coaching program, but we're making more. Why is that? Because I created a win-win relationship with all of my clients. Win-win relationships are the absolute fucking key to your success in life. And this doesn't just apply to the way that you operate your business and how you set up your coaching program. This also applies to every single aspect of your life. Guys, last week we did a podcast episode where I talked to you guys about what it means to be a good coach. Now, I personally know of a lot of online coaches that charge, $750 for a 12-week program. And then they deliver a PDF, a meal plan PDF and a training plan PDF. And that to me is like, doesn't really make sense. That's under delivering. That's like the online coach wins The person on the other end of the program loses. Inside of our coaching program, our main focus as coaches, as leaders, it's me, Cole, Corey, and Jeff, our main focus is to significantly impact the lives of our clients and teach them how to significantly impact the lives of their clients. We make impact first and we make income later. That's called win-win, right? If I can impact your life with this podcast and I can say something to you that's causing you to shift your mindset in a positive way that can elevate the way that you think, I'm impacting your life in a positive way. I'm creating a winning situation for you. It's win-win. It's funny because we made more money this year than we've ever made in our entire life, but our program is way more affordable. Why is that? That's called I win, you win. I'm creating win-win relationships with all my customers. And that same mentality trickles into every single thing that I do in my life. Guys, all of my relationships are win-win relationships. And when I say win-win relationships, all the people that are in my circle in my life right now that I fuck with are all people where our presence is equally mutually beneficial. And I'm not talking about like the things that we do for each other, right? Because that doesn't fucking matter. Like the things that we do or the things that we buy for each other or our quote unquote income, that has nothing to do with it. I'm talking about the way that we make each other feel. Like my fucking friends are literally my family and we support the shit out of each other. We have each other's backs. When one of us is slacking, the other one calls them out. When one of us is winning, we cheer each other the fuck on. That's called a win-win relationship. I try to create win-win relationships in every single aspect of my life with every single human that I interact with. And I think it's one of the many keys to my success. Guys, the people in your people in your life must get value from you, and you must surround yourself with people who are giving value. Notice how I said that. The people who are in your life must get value from you, and then you must surround yourself with people who are giving value. Notice how I didn't say you need to get people to give you value, because that's not a relationship, that's creating expectation. You need to surround yourself with people who are giving value. Your goal isn't to change people to get them to support you. That's not the goal in life, right? Your goal isn't to change people. Your goal is to change yourself. Your goal is to ask for support from the people who are in your life. And if they're not supporting you, then you need to find people who will. That's called looking out for your personal well-being. Are you guys understanding what I'm saying to you right now? Every relationship in your life should be mutually beneficial. And I'm not just talking about your business. I'm talking about your personal relationships. I'm talking about with your spouse. I'm talking about with the clerk at the grocery store. Like, are you making people's lives better? Are you doing your best to communicate with people when you're in the store? Or are you on your phone just fucking not there? I believe win-win relationships were the key to my success in 2020. I want my goal, I seriously fucking mean this. Every single client that pays me money, I want them to make more than they paid me. That's how I know I'm doing a good job. And I do every single fucking thing that I can every single day to make that happen. Every single day. I'm not joking, you guys. I think about this 12 to 14 hours a day. When I wrote the notes for this podcast, by the way, it was 6:25 p.m. on a Sunday night. And I was writing this podcast for you guys because I wanted to come on here and I wanted to deliver some fucking value. Because I want you to win. I want you to win. If you're listening to my podcast, I want you to win. If you follow me on social media, I want you to fucking win. And so I'm going to do every single thing that I can every single day. I'm going to deliver in every single possible format that I possibly can. TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, the podcast app, everything, LinkedIn, to make sure that I help you win. I want all of you to win. That's my main priority in life, is helping other people's win. And because that's my main priority in life, I'm reaping the financial rewards. So many of you guys are so focused on the financial rewards that you forget that the reason that you get paid is when you help people win. You get paid when you help people win. You make money when you help people win. You make money when you create a solution to somebody's problem and the solution is really fucking good. That's when you make money. Find ways to help other people win in their fitness goals, in their level of happiness, in their ability to accomplish their goals. The more that you give to others, the more that the universe is going to give back to you. That's called the law of reciprocity. The more you give, the more you get. That's why I come on and I'm delivering so much value for free every single day. It's a mission. It's a vibe. online fitness coach, I want you to win. And to have the ability to have made $2 million in 2020, and then to recognize that this was a part of my evolution, and the reason that I evolved is because I made the commitment to serving other people, is such a fucking powerful and cool and awesome realization. And I want to share it all with you, because I know that there's sometimes when I'm doing these podcasts, like right now, we've got about 70 people tuning in. When I do these podcasts, I know that some of you guys are listening and you're like, yeah, I fucks with this. And some of you guys are just listening to this as like an arbitrary thing that you might be like scrolling past. But I want one fucking person to take what I'm saying today and change their life. If you commit your life to helping other people win, you will be rewarded financially, period. If you commit your life to helping other people win, you will be rewarded financially. And so if you're an online fitness coach, your main goal should be helping people transform their life forever. And if you actually commit to that, and you do everything in your power to be the best possible coach to make sure that your clients get amazing results, then you will be rewarded financially. And yes, should you still set goals to keep you accountable? 100%. I believe in the process of like setting this big goal that gets you excited, that kind of like scares the shit out of you. But then I also believe that in order to accomplish that goal, you need to dedicate yourself to service, to helping other people win. And guys, for me, I hope this podcast has inspired you to reach a little bit higher. Because if I can set this abstract goal of making $2 million, then I can make it fucking happen. I know that there's some of you guys out there that are listening to this right now that might not be aiming high enough. Because for me, this is what this experience has taught me, right? In 2020, I realized that if I can set that goal and I can make that happen, that there's another level. Like I just hit my next level, but there's another fucking level. And as I made the commitment to do this when I started entrepreneurship, I was like, I'm going to fucking climb the mountain. And then as I fucking climb, I'm going to share everything that I learn with everybody that's coming behind me, everything. And I'm not saying that I'm the best in the world, that I'm an expert. I'm still a student of the game. I'm still learning. I still have mentors, but I'm climbing. I'm fucking on the way up. And as I'm climbing, I'm going to share every single piece of information that I possibly can with every single person that will listen. I will continue to climb. And I will never, ever, 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 ever stop sharing my secrets to my success with you. Online fitness coach, this is very real. This is very real. I just talked about my success for a minute. I want to talk about one of my clients. One of my clients, Don Lamb, hit $123,000 in 1 month last month. I'm going to say that one more time. One of my clients, Don Lamb, as an online fitness coach, made $123,000 in 1 month as an online fitness coach with no paid ads. Like, this is fucking real. Like, this is happening. This is an actual human that you know. And if one person can do it, then it can be done. But you have to make the commitment to spend your life making sure that you help other people win. And if you do that, the universe will take care of you. Guys, that's it. That's all. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is the Change Lives, Make Money Online Training podcast, the #1 show for online fitness coaches who are trying to grow a successful online business. If you got value from today's episode and you want to give back, if you go to the podcast app, the Change Lives, Make Money Online Training podcast, you can scroll all the way to the bottom and you can leave me a review. Those people that leave me like a star review and a written review, I will give you a shout out on the podcast. That's it. That's all. I hope you guys have the best day of your entire life, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.